the
Okay.
first time it did not work because it just did this whole little circle thing I never even seen. I must have not updated Instagram.
I think so many people are going live. Instagram be having technical difficulties, especially as it gets later on in the day and more
Hmm.
people get on and go live. So
Yeah.
that's why I try to do these conversations like right around this time before everybody start going crazy.
Yeah, because I swear, every time I feel like I've been on Instagram, I see everybody on live. Like, that's all everybody been doing.
Everybody. I mean, what else is there to do?
I know.
Besides that, be on TikTok, make TikTok videos.
Exactly.
What's going on?
I mean, the quarantine is what's going on right now. I think everybody's trying to figure out how to balance it, figure the situation out.
Absolutely. So I want to welcome you to the Making Plays Convo. And really what we're going to be talking about here is the plays that you were making before the pandemic started, what you're doing now, and then what you're going to do once we get to some sort of normalcy. And hopefully that happens soon. But I always like to ask, first and foremost, how are you doing and how are your family doing?
Great. I'm doing good. My family's safe. Everybody's healthy. We don't have any cases in our family yet, so that's good.
And hopefully you won't have any.
But I do have some cases like my extended family, my God family. It's been a couple
Mhm.
situations, so I just been trying to stay, quarantined and with, my people I'm with every day, so nobody else catches it.
Facts, facts. Yeah, we just gotta remain safe, try to practice social distancing, and pray for the best. But before the pandemic really started, like you were definitely making some serious plays. I saw you on a bunch of red carpets. You had that
Mm-hmm.
crazy Hot 97 freestyle that you did. You dropped that
Yeah,
battle.
right before like this happened, I was in New York and my management, I had just got new management. So imagine that, like I had just finally, got all
Mhm.
my new management stuff. So I headed to New York. I was out there for a couple months. I was working, because this was new. We was getting a feel for each other and everything. We was doing
Right.
press runs, different private events, reality show events, and things like that. So I was doing a lot in New York. I was literally away from my family, my mom, my dad, everything, just working. And this really like came at the wrong time because all while this was going on, I was supposed to be shooting my first visual mixtape. So what I'm
Mhm.
doing is I'm putting out a visual mixtape, which is on hold now because I can't shoot it now.
Right. Right.
But I have some dope features that are gonna be on there. I got Mano, he's from New York, and I got him
Yeah.
on one of my records, and it's gonna be like pretty much something that's so dope that I feel like everybody's gonna really wake up. I got known off of doing my different freestyles. That's how I got on the rap game and things like that. So my visual mixtape is pretty much me recreating different records, but in Nia Kay's style. So it's gonna be super dope. And that's what I was gonna be working on before, but that's pretty much what I'm gonna be working on after now.
Okay.
And before I was also going to partnership with Melrose Boutique in New York, and I was basically gonna have a section that was gonna be like the Nia Kay collection,
Oh
and then it
wow.
was online as well. So that was like on pause, but I'm still doing the online boutique. So that's why I just
Okay.
actually shot some pictures yesterday. That was my first time like really being out doing something because I had to at least get the photos together. I'm like, I gotta capitalize. Like everybody at home, they need to be shopping my boutique.
No doubt. How long have you been working on your product line?
My what?
Your product line that you were talking about?
The boutique? Or
Yeah,
you
the
talking
boutique.
about the
Yeah,
boutique?
no, the
Oh,
boutique and the
I
product. Well,
just
yeah.
the boutique was my management, so it was already all together. So when
Okay.
I came in place, it was kind of just like kind of be the face of it now. You get what I'm saying? Like kind of
Got you.
work it to your advantage. So it wasn't too long. It was just about a month I had been discussing it, and it was already about to happen right then and there. Though everything was like stationed to happen right when this happened.
Wow, wow. So what other things have you been working on in the meantime since like we're all in the house and stuff? Have you been writing? Have you been working on music? I see you all over TikTok and stuff doing them funny skits.
It's so crazy because like I had like a TikTok or anything like that, and I wasn't like really into doing that on like my social media. And my
Right.
manager was like, "Girl, everybody doing TikToks. You need to start doing it." And one day, like, I kept procrastinating, but then I just woke up and I did a TikTok, and I was like, "This is fun." And I told my mama, I'm like, "Ma, have you been doing these TikToks?" Because she had kept asking me too, and I'm like, "No, like that just I did not want to do that." And then when I started though, it was super fun, but right now I just been, well, like I said, I'm getting the online boutique together. I have my own creation of face mask. I just got sent out and stuff for me to see the trial of that. So that, and then my music as well. So I've been quarantining in the studio a couple times. But I had the studio come to me because I have my own studio in the house. So I just have my engineer come out, which is convenient for me. So I've been recording and stuff like that, and just still getting my project together and getting everything placed. So when this is over, I could go heavy with all my pushes.
Absolutely, absolutely. Now, I know you did some homeschooling back in the day, and I saw you say like you didn't really care for it, or it was kind of boring at times because you wanted to kind of go to a lit high school. But now, pretty much everybody's homeschooling.
I know.
So,
That's so crazy because everybody freaking out like, oh my gosh, I don't want to do this e-learning. First of all, I'm like, e-learning. I'm like, just say homeschool. Like, y'all got these fancy tech words and stuff. But I've been homeschooled since I was in 8th grade. So this was like no like shock to me. Like everybody was like, oh my gosh, like either super excited or super upset. But this was my everyday life. So I'm like, now y'all get to see how it feels.
what advice would you give to kids that's doing homeschooling for the first time? Because that's probably about 90% of the country that's doing some sort of homeschooling for the very first time and really don't know how to adjust to it.
Yeah. Well, I would say what I would suggest would be my biggest challenge, and that's procrastination. So don't procrastinate. Like once you have you know the work you have to do for the day, just wake up and do it. Like that's the thing with me. Like I seem to like procrastinate with work. Like, oh, I know I could do it later. Like because I don't have to go to a regular clock in school, so I'm like I could do it anytime during the day. But I would say just treat it like regular school. Like do it when you have time to do it. Honestly, if because like I'm homeschooled because I'm usually busy and things like that, so it really
Right.
is kind of I have time to do it other than right now. But if you just homeschooled and it's just for your own benefit, you just at home, just try to treat it like school and do it when you wake up. I promise it's gonna be easier.
Good advice. If you're listening,
Yeah.
if you're doing homeschooling right now, listen to Miss Kay. She knows what she's talking about. She's talking from experience right there. So let's talk about the single that you dropped about a week and a half ago, brand new. You, Young Lyric,
And
Queen
Queen
Key.
Key.
Yep. How'd that come about?
So brand new really just came about because Young Lyric and Queen Key, like she was talking to me about Queen Key. Lyric was talking to me about Queen Key and saying she wanted to work with her and stuff like that. And I was just like, okay, well I could put it together. I could just put Key on the song, put Lyric on the song. I mean, we all got good followings. We all, cool with each other because they had started following each other and stuff. And it just all came together and we were just a female push.
Sounds good. I still like that Doubt You single that you dropped on Valentine's Day.
Yeah,
That's
I
still
dropped
that's
that right before.
yeah,
On
yeah, yeah. No,
Valentine's.
that sounds good. Now I know you say you're working on your
Thank you.
visual. You're working on your visual project.
Mhm.
You've been dropping singles since your last EP, Duchess, about a year and a
Mhm.
half ago. Why are you making your fans wait? Because I'm sure they be hitting you up, asking you for a new project or a new mixtape and stuff. Why the wait between projects?
The way it really comes, honestly, from me, like in the past, not having the right like team and the right like structure and knowing exactly like what me and my like dad really wanted to do. But now me and my dad like have help and we have good management in place and a set plan, set people to do this, that, and the third. Like everything is really like tiered down and organized. So it's like now music and singles should be coming out regularly, which they have been now since I've
Right.
been in New York. I've been dropping, and I'm still have some more stuff that I'm about to drop and visuals I'm gonna shoot even before my visual mixtape. So everything should be getting back on track now. I know last year it was all over the place a little bit, and my fans they did keep asking me because I was barely dropping music, but I
Right.
didn't just want to release it any type of way. I wanted to release it the right way.
That makes a lot of sense. It's so funny. I did these type of conversations with both Mulatto and Ji. Obviously, all of y'all were
Hmm.
on the rap game, and I love to see how you guys are flourishing right now. But the thing that they really said was, even though the show gave them a big platform, it wasn't a cakewalk after that. Like they still had to
Hmm.
work, they still had to figure a bunch of stuff out. And
Yeah.
it sounds like you kind of were going through the same thing. What were some of the challenges that you faced once the rap game was all over with?
When the rap game was like first over with, like I
Mm-hmm.
didn't really face any hard challenges because I mean me and my dad have been doing it for like a really, really long time. I got on the rap
Right,
game at
right,
14. I started rapping at 6 and I started
right.
like putting it out to the world at 10. So I had 4 years of like real practice, but I did
Sure.
perform arts since I was little. So when I got on the rap game, it I had already like did a lot of the things that we did on the show through my dad development already. So when I
Sure.
get off the show, it wasn't really hard because all we had needed back then was the exposure. So we was just going with what we
Right,
had
right,
already knew, and we was around all the right people. So I feel like the biggest challenge that any of the artists can get from the rap game is what Mulatto and Ji said, is how to maintain and sustain that
right,
popularity. Because if you look at the rap game, and if you really like look at all the followings, all the engagements from now to then of like all the different artists, there's only a couple who can still sustain their name because they didn't have the plan of what to do afterwards. Like
right,
if you go on a rap game and you don't have the plan of what you're gonna do afterwards, you have nothing in place, and you just basically relying on the show, it's going to be no benefit for you. But that you're famous, you're not going to have no money, you're not going to be
right.
traveling, you're not going to be doing shows, none of that, because you still have to have that fundamental and know that, because they don't teach you that on the show what to do after.
That's real. And you said something key. I remember Ji and Mulatto saying something key was having the right team in place as well. I know you've been
And
doing
remember,
this
I
thing.
said I feel
Yeah.
like I didn't have the right team in place, and now I feel like I do. And you see now already, I
Yep.
just said I feel like I got the right team and stuff already been happening for me. So that's number one. That's like
Yeah.
key, because if you get out the show with no team, not knowing what to do, it's just no.
Yeah, because obviously you've been doing it so long, the music part probably just comes the most natural and the easiest to
Yeah.
you. It's
Hmm.
everything else. That's what I meant by challenges. We all know you dope lyrically and making music. We know that's
Hmm.
not a challenge for you, but
Yeah.
this meant more so like what you were talking about as far as getting the right team in place, having the right plays in place, and all that stuff.
Cause
So,
you never really know. You have to go through trial and errors.
mm,
I went through two different managements before the one that I got now. I didn't get stole from my managers, all that. So it's like you really have to find a team that you trust and that you believe in and that believes in you. And it may take time, because it took me time. It took me a couple years. And like I said, I wasted my time with a lot of managers, but it wasn't a waste of time because it taught me a lesson. It taught me how to move more, how to, figure things out. So it was all, it was good because now I know better.
yep. Ain't no such thing as losses, just lessons.
Yes, it was a lesson. That's short.
uh, Congratulations on turning 18 this past December.
Thank you.
18 is really a milestone age. You're
Mhm.
technically an adult in the eyes of the law. You can vote now. Is there anything that you plan on doing differently or like adjusting in this period of your life?
I just been really focusing on me. I've been focusing on me as a woman, not just an artist, because now I am getting older and I'm
Mm-hmm.
gonna have more responsibilities. I want to do different things with my life as I get older. So I've been really focusing on me as a woman before anything, and how to make myself mentally strong with everything that's going on. And if I'm thinking about this big takeoff after the quarantine again, like another run, another startup, I need to make sure I'm mentally there as well. So yeah, that's what I've been doing.
Focused. I like it. I like
Yeah.
it. I have so much like respect for your city, especially from a musical and hip hop standpoint. Two words that I think of when I think of Chicago hip hop:
Yeah.
consistent and diverse. Because I
Hmm.
mean, you guys got everybody from Kanye to Common, Chief Keef, Dreezy, you, Twister, Polo G.
Literally, so many different lanes that have took off in Chicago. So many.
Crazy.
It may be hard to take off from my city because my city, I'm telling y'all, they don't, they rule. They it's something else. But once you take off, and you got the whole city support behind you. That's just how Chicago work, though. Like they really support you when you get on, when you got that single or something like that. That's when you know you got the whole city behind you and they push you everywhere.
Yeah, it's just it's something special and unique that's really unique to Chicago. And like I said, I've always observed and I've always been a fan of the artists that come out of there. So I'm gonna probably ask you the hardest question right here in this whole entire convo. Are you ready?
Oh my gosh.
Give me your top 5 Chicago rappers.
Oh my gosh. Oh, ain't none of them watching.
Top 5, top 5.
Okay, I would say Dreezy. I have a record with Dreezy. I'll go check it out if you haven't. Where you going?
Yep, off that Duchess EP.
Tink.
Okay.
I actually was trying to get Dreezy and Tink on the same record, but it didn't work out like that. But I love Tink since I was little. I had always told my daddy, like, she gonna blow, she gonna blow. And right when I said that, she blew.
That'd be a crazy record. You, Dreezy, and Tink?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That would be so hard. Chance, and I've met him a couple times. He's always showed love to me, always. And I respect him for that. Kanye, you know, I grew up. My daddy was best friends with Kanye, so
really?
That's how Chicago I am, and that's why I say I always knew like the game and how to finesse it before because I had so many like headstrong people that was teaching me this stuff.
Okay, so that's 4 right there. You gotta give me one more.
Only one.
One more.
Okay, then I have to say Dirt.
That's a great 5 right there.
Yeah.
I'm not mad at the Dirk pick. Dirk is probably one of the most underrated artists out right now.
So much. I listen to him so much with my friends and my guys and stuff. I always listen to Dirk, so it's like I gotta say Dirk.
Yeah, I rock with Dirk, and he's just a good dude right there. So that wasn't too bad. You gave a good top 5. I like that. I like that.
I got like top 10 from Chicago. I got like top however from Chicago.
You could go top 20, top 50 from Chicago, and you probably wouldn't be wrong on any of those picks. So I'm gonna wrap it up with my quarantine questions, and these are questions pertaining to the pandemic and everything that we're going through right now. What's the best thing that you've watched on TV so far?
The Clark sisters. It's a
You're
movie.
like the 3rd or 4th person that said that.
Really?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
But what made me, I swear, if you've watched the Clark sisters, you have to go on YouTube and watch the interview. It's a Clark sister on there who, the one who they kicked out the show. Who they kicked out the group. She never got interviewed, so it's her first interview on there, and she literally exposes everything from the Clark sisters. And it was like in a movie, and it's so cold because it's like some stuff in a movie that you was confused about. I had to really listen and watch her because it was that good. Like, it was good.
I'm gonna have to check it out because, like I said, you're like the 3rd or 4th person that said that. Yeah. Are there any new foods that you've tried to cook during this time?
Yeah, I've made sloppy joes for the first time. I made shrimp Alfredo. I made I've been making everything. It was my first time making like roasted potatoes. But I've been cooking like a lot. Yeah.
Got it. Sounds good. All right. Do you have a little quarantine bag? Or are you staying away from everybody? A quarantine bag.
Yeah, I do.
Got yourself a little quarantine bag? Okay. All right. Ain't nothing wrong with that. I need to change that. I ain't got no quarantine bag. But what's the first thing you're going to do when this pandemic is over?
Probably fly to New York.
Fly back to New York? Pick up where you left off, right?
The first thing I really have to do is this visual mixtape. That's the first thing I want to do because I want to get it out to the people.
Makes sense. I'm going to wrap it up on this question right here. There's a lot of fear and a lot of people who just don't know what to do during this time. because there's really no answers out there. The government doesn't really give us any answers. We don't know what statistics to believe or not to believe. You personally, what advice would you give people during this time?
I mean, it would be cliche to say, stay in the house because that's what everyone is saying. I would just say my advice is if you have to go out, wear a mask and gloves and protect yourself the best way that you know how to. Sanitize your hands, wash your hands. I know anytime before I come in or leave out, my mom always wiping the doorknobs, the seat, where spraying me with Lysol. So it's like small things like that really do help, especially if you live with somebody older.
Yeah.
Really watch out for that.
Great advice right there. Well, I appreciate you. If
Thank
you're
you. I
listening, make sure you
appreciate you.
head over to Pandora right now and check out Nia Kay the Nia Kay radio station. She's doing her
Yes.
thing. Check out the new single, brand new, and and about you,
Yes.
still
Stay
doing this
tuned,
thing.
y'all. Follow me.
Yep. Well, I appreciate you. Be safe out there, and once
You
things
too,
open
bro.
up, and if you come back to Atlanta, please holler at us.
Yes. Okay. Okay. Thank you.
All right. Thank you. Later.